'Tis the season for another episode of Beyond the Bell. On this episode, we talked all about Community Christmas. The numbers might surprise you. Let's dive in. Well, it's Christmas time, you guys. So we're here to talk about Community Christmas, and we have some very special guests. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Ben McDaniel. I'm the past president of the Barrow Area Rotary Club.
I'm Kim McLean. I'm the current president of the Barrow Area Rotary Club.
I'm Laura Etheridge. I'm a school social worker for Barrow County Schools.
I'm super excited to talk about this today. So what is Community Christmas?
Community Christmas is a program that was previously known as Holiday Connection that's been going in this community, I think, since 99. It's been going on. And it's a Christmas assistance program where people apply online, and once they're accepted, they're given a date to come to the Christmas store. And the Christmas store is basically a gift house set up through donations of people. We have volunteers that go shop for each age group, and parents are able to get 2 to 3 gifts, depending upon the donations, 2 to 3 gifts per kid, and a bag of food on your way out.
Oh, so you said it started in 99?
99, I do believe. I think Dr. Ken Green and others helped start this years ago.
Wow, that is super special. What is your favorite part about Community Christmas?
My favorite part is when we actually do our Christmas store and the parents of the children come in and shop. We are the elves for the store, and so they come in, we walk them around the tables that are age appropriate, and we help them pick out toys for their kids. And it's really fun because you chat with them, you're like, oh, what do they like? And then you're like invested in this kid too and looking for a present that you think they might like. And so it's really fun to get to see the parents get excited about getting something for their kid. And they are always so thankful. And that it's just very heartwarming because they're so thankful to us. And we're like, we're just here to help. We didn't do this. It was like the whole community, but it's special.
So Ben, what's your favorite part about it?
Everything she said about seeing all the participants come through and being able to provide that Christmas assistance, which we don't provide the entire thing, just a little. And I love that, and I love seeing them being able to provide for their family and seeing their eyes light up when they find that perfect gift. But the other thing is, it's hanging out with Laura, it's hanging out with Kim, it's hanging out with our volunteers. I love that because for the most part, this is the Barrow Area Rotary Club. This is our big lift as a service project. So it's the one time a year we get to spend 4, 5, 6 hours a day, if not longer, per week together and just kind of joking, laughing, making fun of me in the process.
Laura, how long have you been involved with Community Christmas?
I think this is my second year that I've been fully involved as a committee member. It started off as Holiday Connection, and it shifted over to Community Christmas, and that's really when I took over. It was second year, I guess. Yeah, second year.
That's good.
And some background and context on it. Previously, I was the executive director of Barrow County Family Connection, and as soon as I got that job, it's like, you do Holiday Connection. That's the thing you're working on. And I was taught so well how to do it by my predecessors and my board at that time so I have 4 Community Christmases, Holiday Connections under my belt before the Barrow Area Rotary Club took it over. Family Connection went away for a few years, and we have volunteers running it. But when we founded the Barrow Area Rotary Club last year, and knowing that I had that background knowledge of how to make it work, I, as the founding president, said that we're going to do this. This is going to be the thing that we do from here on out. It's going to be, and we're going to really rally around the community with this. And we took it and ran with it last year. We held it at Bethlehem Church 211 campus, and it was great. And this year, we're at Winder First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, right across the road from Winder Barrow High School.
So how would you guys say that this year's Community Christmas went?
I think this year, the big difference is the location. First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, right across from Winder Barrow High School, is so centrally located in this community. It's a church that's been around since the 50s in that location. It's been around, I think, since before it was officially in Jackson County. So before Barrow County even existed, this church has been here. And so to have it at this historic church, I think that everybody recognizes, I think that's been a lot better.
How can families get involved for next, Christmas time?
Several different ways families can get involved. Obviously, it's like, what is it, Coming to America, where we appreciate the the donations that fold versus the ones that jingle. So writing checks, that helps because all the money goes directly to buying Christmas gifts. But you can also adopt out families. If Ben, we want, and I think Kim's going to take it and run with it next year. Kim, I would like a family, preferably kids that go to Holsombeck, and we can fit a big family of 5. So send us information, and you can adopt out a family. You can connect with that family, talk to the parents, what do the kids want, and you can provide Christmas assistance that way. Or you can volunteer, and we always put that information out in October of how you can volunteer to be an elf at the store, or you can help shop. All of these things are available.
So what kind of things did y'all do differently this community Christmas than you have the past years?
So back when it was Holiday Connection with Barrow County Family Connection, we had a local church that was that did a great job. They would provide food and gifts, but they've diverted the resources to other very needy causes as well. So this past year, we did not have food, but this year we were able to partner with the school system and be able to provide food. And I think that's been a big difference. So families are getting 2 to 3 gifts per kid and a bag of food. And I really think that matters. And I'm thankful for Laura here for being able to help with the food. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about how that process came about?
So last year, we realized that families were asking, hey, are we getting food bags this year? And we didn't have that available for families. So this year, Ben called me up and we said, let's do food. So along with Feeding Barrow, which is our program through the school system, and along with New Path, Tiffany Ring partnered with us, and we made that happen. We gave out food bags and food boxes at Community Christmas for
So
families.
every family was able to receive a food bag?
Yes.
Until we ran out.
Okay.
So we get as many as we can, and when we're out, we're out. We ordered 800 boxes of food this year and 800 bags. So
Wow.
when you run out, you run out.
So that's 800 families fed, though. That's amazing.
The one thing that about Community Christmas, even when it was Holiday Connection, is that it's a total community effort. It's a total community lift. She mentioned in Tiffany Bean Ring, who's a fantastic individual. This really is a collection of people and volunteers and organizations that really make this happen. Not to mention all of the donors like GEC Contracting, the Georgia Club Foundation, and others that really make this happen. And volunteers like the Barrow Area Rotary Club to shop. Because that's not my thing. I hate doing it. My wife says I need to do a better job with her on this stuff. But I'm so glad we have people that have those strengths that like to do that stuff. So it's a total team effort. There's really not one person or 2 people. It's a total team effort to make this program happen year after year after year. There's so many countless people. I mentioned Dr. Ken Green previously, but there's people he was working with back then. And social workers have been a big part of this from all along the way, because our social workers and counselors have access to the back end of the registration, and not necessarily to filter people out, but to make sure, hey, I know this kid at Westside Middle School. I want to check on there to make sure that he's getting assistance, because they could really use it. Because our counselors and social workers have like hearts of gold, and I love that fact that they're going to go the extra effort to make sure every family in need is on the list.
I do think that that's one of the things that separates Community Christmas from other Christmas organizations or organizations that provide Christmas assistance, is that there really is such a connection of so many different community partners, most importantly the schools, and being able to get all of the people that need to be served, and making sure that we have the resources that we need for everything. It's just such a cool collaboration.
Yeah, I would say it's so beautiful the way it sounds. I'm not from here, but whenever I came into work here, I noticed that it is so community oriented, and everybody jumps in where they feel a need. They find a need, they fill it.
And what's great about that is there's no duplication of services. Joan Matthews with the Winder Fire Department, they have the Empty Stocking Fund. They pull from our list. So every year, Joan's like, Ben, send me 300 Winder students and we'll provide Christmas for them. This year it's 400. Like Joan and the Winder Fire Department and all their partners over there, they do a great job. The Shop with a Hero program for the Barrow County Sheriff's Department, they do a great job. They look at our list and make sure there's no duplication, and they provide an entire great Christmas for those kids selected. What's good is nobody's trying to do the same thing. We all work together and we're all going in the same direction. And that's very unique for most communities, because you have a lot of saviors in the community and a lot of other places where this church does it, but this other church also does it, but this nonprofit's doing it, but so is the school's doing it as well. We all work well together, and that's really been the secret, is like we're all heading in the same direction.
I think we've seen it this school year that as a community, we all come together at the worst times. So especially during holiday season. So
Do you guys know how many people were fed and gave in gifts this year for Community Christmas?
So this year we had over 800 families registered and over 2,200 students that are registered as well. We're tabulating those exact numbers of people that came through, but that's how many were registered as well. Also, not counting that is the 400 families, 400 students that the Winder Fire Department adopted out as well. So super thankful about that. And so much work goes into this program. So much work goes into it that people never see. So this starts right around September when we start updating our Google Sheet, our Google Forms. It's making the registration forms, making the QR codes, updating the website, and taking the registrations. And then starts the fundraising season. And it's tough because right around this time, there's a lot of other things, and especially the season we're going through with the tragedy that happened. This is a very giving community, and this community's already given a lot as well. So this season's been tougher on that, but everybody came together to really come through, and I'm super thankful of that. But you have the fundraising, but after that, you have to rally all the volunteers to go shopping and then coordinate with your host facility. This year, First Christian Church Disciples of Christ, they're hosting, so being able to talk with Reverend Cheryl Clower and being able to coordinate toy drop-offs. And then you have, and this is so volunteer-driven, you have volunteers that are sorting the toys and then setting up the store itself. That's a whole big lift that's purely volunteer-driven. But on the backside of that is, then you have to, before that, you have to accept the people and then split them up into days. And this year we contacted, so there's no excuses on this, we contacted everybody 4 times to let them know their dates. This is notice number 1. This is notice number 2, with a map, what to bring, everything, just because we don't want anyone left behind. We're not stingy about this stuff. We want to make sure that everybody who needs assistance gets assistance. But it's a big lift, and that's one of the things our Rotary Club said last year was we're not going to do a service project every other week. We're going to do this big one. We find other things to get into, but as a club, this is our big lift because it's such a heavy lift. To the extent, like I mentioned earlier, this was my full-time job. That was my job when I came into Barrow County in 2017. Was to do the Holiday Connection program when I was with Family Connection. That was the big lift. To the extent, when it was over, my board at that time said, Ben, go home for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Don't come back. Don't answer any emails. You're done. And it's weird coming back, and not to make this about me, but it's really cool that now I'm no longer getting paid for it, but I have more passion for it than ever. And I'm surrounded by people that have even more passion for it because it's worth it. And it's all the memories we never get to see, but the kid being able to open that present on Christmas Day, or to have Christmas, period, on Christmas Day. That's when it's worth it. The other thing I want to mention is that every toy, every bit of resources that we have left over every year, and this is a board decision we made from day one, we're giving to Spirit of Sharing. And Spirit of Sharing, they do a great job, Melinda Shealy, and they have a Christmas Day event they have in the past. And so we're starting over new every year with toys, with donations, because whatever we have left over, we want to keep those resources within Barrow County. So we give those Melinda Shealy and Spirit of Sharing. And I think that's important for people to know that we're not putting this in a warehouse to pass down each year, because we've tried that previously with Family Connection. So it was 2020, and people are still getting new One Direction bracelets from 2012 that people passed over for 7-8 years in a row. So
Well,
that's a true story.
I guess with it being Christmas, where some of those toys that might have been left behind are going out today. So
Yeah, very excited about that.
I love how connected everything is.
I was just going to say that with our Rotary Club, it's so cool to watch how it all came together and the passion that's there, because Ben obviously was our founding president, and he had done this a long time. I have been volunteering with it since he was with Family Connections. I think the first year I volunteered was 2018, and I've been doing it every year since then. And with our Rotary Club, it was Ben, and then now I'm the president, and I was 100% on board with this being our big thing. And then Reverend Cheryl, who we are using her church. She's our president next year. And so it's a group of people that really feel very passionately about this, and I think that really means good things for its longevity.
And it's really resonated with our club. Our club have grown from, we chartered with 39 members, 38 members, and now we're up to 60, 61 members now. So we're continuously growing. And I think two things, we're a fun hang, but also we do meaningful work within the community. I go back to that, like, can't underestimate it. We're a fun hang.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of your favorite parts of community Christmas. You know it.
It is. When I came along, we realized that we had a gap in our community, which was a Spanish-speaking person to be at the community store. So I worked the entire week of the store, and it's just fun making those connections in Spanish. So
Our largest sponsors, going back to this, we have so many people that have donated in the past, but like GEC contractors, Stacy Waters with the city of Auburn, she ran Community Christmas, kind of spearheaded that for a year, and she made that relationship. And Stacy's wonderful. And since then, GEC contractors have still continued to donate at a very high level for us, and we're super thankful for them. The Georgia Club Foundation, they've been wonderful for years, since going back to the Family Connection days of like 2017. They donate, but they also not only just cash, but a lot of toys as well. And they're there, Ben, whatever you need, we got you. But also Cable East, which is a major employer we have over in Statham, they do a great job for this. And like super excited to have them continuously on board. Taylor Wall is a wonderful person, and I emailed her and she's like, Ben, checks in the mail, because they believe in what we're doing. Chapel Christian Church, Penny Clack is a member there. They've been a sponsor for this for years. Nazarene United Methodist Church, I think. But it's been consistent donors year after year that believe in what we're doing that make this happen. Because, I mean, really, it's like a lot of problems in the world. Money really makes this problem. It really helps this work.
For me, I would really like to thank the people that came in during this busy season and worked as elves, worked as getting toys sorted and going out for last minute shopping trips because we ran out of something that was really popular for teenagers, because teenagers are very hard to buy for. Those people that are behind the scene, none of us are, Ben did an amazing job, but like you said, you got paid to do it for a little while. But the people that really make it work once it starts are people that are from all sorts of careers, all sorts of jobs, that just have a passion for helping. So we couldn't do it without the money, but we also couldn't do it without the people.
I think we need to give a huge shout out to the Northeast Georgia Food Bank and New Path. Tiffany Ring, thank you very much.
Well, thank y'all so much for coming on to the show. And Merry Christmas, Barrow County. We are so blessed to have such a wonderful community. We hope that you're having a wonderful break, and we can't wait to see you on January 6th.